Hey everybody, Matthew Haviland here. Hope you're having a great day, and we're starting the 2018 coming to you. And if you haven't started your business plan, or you haven't finished your business plan, you don't have a business plan, don't know where to start, this is going to be a very quick 30-minute class for you. Hopefully we'll give you some help and helping you plan out for 2018. So I want you to have the best year ever, and happy to help you with that process. So one of the things I want to start off with is sharing with you, as part of Keller Williams Realty, we have a program called CGI Tools. I'm going to share with my screen with you in a minute. We'll get into that. And it's a really nice automated software to help you with your goals and your planning. So if you're not sure where to start, this is a really good place to start. Just give me a second here. We'll do the screen share. Okay, so what you want to do is log into the mykw.kw.com, and if you're not familiar with this website, there's a lot of great information on here. And what you want to do is click on the tab that says Education and then KW Connect. And so if you haven't been on KW Connect, there's a lot of great resources here. I actually posted a lot of my videos in here, so you can search for me and find my training videos are all up in here loaded in. And where you want to find the CGI tools is you click on the Growth tab here and Career Growth Initiative. That's what they call CGI, Career Growth Initiative. Now, if you haven't done this yet, you may need to contact your team leader or broker, MCA, to help you get this set up the first time. Since I've used this before, I already have it set up, and I'm just going to be editing. I'll show you. I'm going to click on the View Full CGI Calculator, and it'll basically walk you through this, show you how it works. Okay, so I'm going to click the Set My Goal tab, and it's pretty simple. Just starts off with how much profit do you want to make. So sometimes we think of, when we're thinking about business plans, we're thinking in terms of, oh, I want to do a certain number of transactions. And really, all we want to do is focus on how much money are you going to have in your pocket after expenses. So for this example, we've got the profit of $120,000, and let's say your tax rate's at 30%, and you can change that number depending on where your tax rate is. Your cap royalty of $3,000, your company dollar cap of $20,000. Monthly expenses, whatever your business expenses would be on a monthly basis. Your commission, what's your average commission? Is that 3%, 4%, I put 2.75%, and in between the 2.5 and 3. What's your commission split? Are you on a 70% split, or if maybe you've capped already, you could change that to 100%. Average home price, of course, that's going to vary depending on where you are, your location, and your neighborhoods that you primarily focus on. I just have 165,000 for average here. And then here's a percentage of seller focus. So do you want to have 80% of your business working with sellers, or do you want to have maybe you like working with buyers better, and you want to have 20% sellers, and you want to do 80% buyers. I would like to say, definitely, for me personally, I'd like to work with sellers. I'd like to work with at least 50% sellers, if not more. So I would recommend at least put 50% into this calculator. And then here's the average conversion ratios. Percentage conversion rate listings taken to listings closed, 75%. And conversion rate listing appointments to listings taken. Now, if you don't know what your numbers are, just leave it as it is with the 75%. And then you're going to hit Submit. And goals have been updated. Okay, and then if you look over here on the left, it'll tell you a little bit about what your business would look like. So to achieve your after-tax income goal of $120,000 with a tax rate of 30%, your before-tax earnings for the year will need to be $171,428.57. Okay, and this even gives you an estimated taxes of what your taxes would be for the full year. Then you have your cost of sales with your cap, your company dollar, and then your expenses. So if your salaries, your monthly business expenses, and then this shows you the total gross commission income in order to achieve that $120,000 per year. You actually need to have a gross income of $218,429, about $18,202 per month. And then the nice thing about this also, it even breaks it down a little further. So we've got closings. How many closings do we need? About 69 closings per year, about 6 per month. This will also tell you how many listings. You need about 35 closed listings for the year. So you need to take about 45 listings taken for the year. So that's about 4 listings per month. And listing appointments, you would need about 61 listing appointments for the year. That's about 5.1 listing appointments per month. Now, of course, these numbers are going to vary depending on what your conversion ratio is, but this gives you a good idea of what to shoot for. Okay, I need to have at least 5 appointments per month. If I get 5 appointments, I'm probably going to get 4 listings out of that, and that'll help me to reach my goals. So yeah, 6 listing appointments per month, 4 listings taken per month, and 6 closings, listings or buyers per month, and that's going to give you that monthly GCI income. Now, so this gives you a really good idea. Okay, well now I know what I need to do. I know how much money I need, how many closings I need, how much appointments I need to have per month. Well, now what do I do? So you want to take that a step further. There's a resource that I have here on my website, and I'll share with you the address if you want to download this, MatthewHaviland.com/resources. And I have just a PDF here, 2018 Business Plan for Agents. And I'm going to pull that up on my computer now, share it with you. And you're welcome to just go ahead and download that. Okay, so scroll up to the top here. So 2018 business plan. So first, what I like to do is just give you a kind of a recap of last year, so 2017. It's always good to reflect on the previous year. What did you accomplish? What did you learn? What worked? What didn't work? So this is going over how many days did you work? How many hours of lead generation? How many contacts did you make? How many appointments did you set? How many appointments did you complete? How many listings taken? How many listings expired? How many listings canceled? How many sold? How many buyer sales? Number of buyers agents on your team? How many price reductions did you get? How many deals fell through? Closed transactions, closed gross income, current inventory, how many listings do you have currently? Current number of under contracts and current GCI of under contracts. Now, if you're a new agent, or maybe you didn't really do a business plan for 2017, you may not know all these numbers, and that's okay. Just fill in the numbers that you have, that you know, and it will just work with what you have. And this is an interesting thing to look at as well, is where did your business come from in 2017? And how much money did you spend on those transactions for each source? So, for example, past clients, sphere of influence, expired listings, for sale by owner, just listed, just sold. So if you're putting out a just listed, just sold postcards every month, and you're spending $200, $300, $400 a month, well, how many transactions are you actually getting from that? So this is a good way to just go back and evaluate what worked, what didn't work in 2017. Referral sources like attorneys, accountants, rentals, ex-realtors, sphere of influence of your staffers, your team members, agent-to-agent referrals is a huge source as well. Client referrals, affiliate referrals, relocation, sign calls, advertising, direct mail, workshops, first-time homebuyer workshops, farming, your website, your blog, social media, open houses, floor time if your office has floor time. I know many of ours don't. Builders, REO, short sales. So what were the sources of your business? How much money did you spend to get those sources? And this will be able to help you evaluate for the coming year. Now, what do you want to accomplish for the coming year? So how many days worked? So at this point, you also should hopefully have your vacations planned out for the year. You know, all right, I'm going to be taking a couple weeks off in the summer, and I'll be taking a couple weeks off in November, maybe something, you know, February, whatever the case is. So I'm not going to be working full every day of the week. I'm not going to be working on Sundays or Saturdays or weekends or whatever day you want to have your days off as well. So how many days are you going to be working? How many hours for those days will you be lead generating? How many contacts do you want to make during that time? How many appointments set? So we know that the goal is about 6 per week. But if we're going to be taking some vacation time off, we're probably going to up that a little bit. Appointments taken, how many listings are going to expire, how many cancel, how many sold, how many buyers sold. Again, this is all information that we can get from that CGI calculator that we use over here on this page on the mykw.kw.com. So you'll have a lot of these numbers that you can pull over from that. So that makes it really easy to do this. Closed gross income, current inventory, current number of under contracts, current CGI or GCI of under contracts, and so we evaluated 2017. Where did my business come from? How much money did I spend? So then we can go back and look at 2018. So for this year, where do I want to focus on as far as sources of business? Do I want to focus on past clients more? Obviously, that's usually a great return on your investment, is to focus on the past clients, the sphere of influence. It's a great source of business. And maybe 2017, you didn't really focus on that too much, and you end up spending a lot of money elsewhere. So that can be an idea of a resource. All right, where do I want to spend my resources on? What do I want to focus on for 2018? Where do I want my business to come from? Maybe it's, I really like doing open houses. Okay, so I'm going to do open houses, or I like for sale by owners. I want to focus on that. Obviously, there are many strategies. You can see all the different strategies listed here of sources of income. And, I'm suggesting what you want to do is focus on those sources that you think that you have the ability to do really well at those sources. So, for example, maybe you're great at websites, or you have a great blog. So I'm going to focus on that blog and work that. Or maybe obviously you don't want to just focus on one thing, but you don't want to do 20 things. Maybe it's going to be 3, 4, 5 main sources of where your income is going to come from. So think about that, evaluate it, where you want your business to come from, how many deals from each of those sources, how much money are you going to spend and budget for that. And then here's an action worksheet. These are the action steps. What are the action steps required to achieve my goals? So this must be specific with timeline and deadlines. So for example, we broke down on the other sheet here with the CGI tools. I've got to have 6 listing appointments per month, 4 listings taken per month, 6 closings. So I break that down on a weekly basis, daily basis. I need to set 1 appointment today. I need to have a listing appointment at least once a week. So these are the action steps that you can take towards reaching your goals. And then this is what we call a 411 worksheet, and I'm not going to have time to go through all that today because it's a little bit involved as far as how to go about that. But this basically will help you keep track on a yearly, monthly, and weekly basis. And then this is the listings needed form, which basically we covered that with these CGI tools. They automatically calculate that for you based on what your income goal is. So if you want to do it by hand, you can certainly do it by hand using this form here. So if you prefer to do it that way. This schedule tool will give you an idea of what's my ideal work week schedule look like, and you can complete that here. So again, if you'd like to download this PDF, you can go on my website, MatthewHavner.com/resources. There's a PDF. It's a very simple business plan, and hopefully it will be helpful for you in planning your goals for 2018. And I want to share a resource with you that I've just started using. just stop screen sharing. So I just started using this resource here. I don't know if you can see this, but this is called the, there we go, here's the cover. It's called the Full Focus Planner. Okay, the Full Focus Planner. This is from Michael Hyatt. And also on that resources page on my website, I do have a link to that, and I do have a discount available for you if you'd like to get this. But it's a quarterly planner. It covers a lot of the things that we talked about. You do have your ideal work week. You have sections in there for what's your morning ritual, your workday shutdown, your workday startup rituals, your nighttime rituals. It's a really great planner, and the thing I like about it too is you have your yearly goals in the front. So probably won't see this on the screen, but your yearly goals here will be right here in the front. And then you break down those goals with specifically your key motivations of why those goals are important to you. And then there's always a next step. What's my next step towards that goal? And then you're breaking that down on a quarterly basis. What are those goals that I want to focus on for the quarter? And then you also have weekly, your weekly big three. They call it the big three. What are the big three things you want to accomplish for the week? And then you break that down on a daily basis. And what are the big three things you want to accomplish on a daily basis? So that's you really break that down. It helps you keep focused on what's important to you. Helps you keep focused on your goals and those important tasks that need to be done. And the nice thing about it is it's old school. It's all handwritten. There is something about writing that by hand that creates that connection between the mind and the body here to help you remember and focus on your goals. And the nice thing about it is too, so I think the challenge with any business plan that you have or any goal-setting plan that you have or program that you have is that once you do that business plan for the year, do you look at it again? Because you could do a great business plan, it's fantastic, wonderful, and if you never look at it, it does you no good. So the key thing is to find something that works for you to help you to look at those goals on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, review them, stay focused on what's important to you. So for me, I'm just using this Full Focus Planner. You know, if you have something else you want to use, that may be a good resource for you. Share it with me here on the comments on the video, or contact me. The key is to review these goals, review your plan, tweak it if you need to, evaluate what's working, what's not working. Part of the Full Focus Planner is you do a weekly review, and then you also do a quarterly review as well. So we want to be able to evaluate where you are and make changes so you can accomplish your goals for 2018, have the best year ever. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, comments, let me know. And look forward to fantastic 2018.